Okay, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Today is the 27th of January, which brings us into our fourth Monday of January. It's a beautiful and wonderful day to see each and everyone, alive, healthy, of course, and striving to be better. The whole essence as to why we are on this call is because we want to learn and want to be better. So if this is your first time attending TN Chats, I want to say thank you for joining. Okay. TN Chats is a weekly event every Monday where we basically like a lounging session where we get to talk, we get to discuss charts, discuss happenings around the whole foreign exchange market. And this year, I decided to do something a little bit different. It used to be kind of like an in-house thing, just for my own community. I was like, you know what? Why can't we, stretch, this thing that we've been enjoying? Why can't we stretch it out to other people? So we decided that, you know what, we're going to bring in guests. We're going to invite friends of mine, experts in the industries, people who we know are, like out there and doing the necessary things to make sure that they make an impact on the lives of new traders. I don't like to say traders struggle. I don't like to use the word struggling traders. Okay. I don't like to use the word struggling traders because um I find it a bit demeaning a bit, you get. I feel like struggling is part of the game. So when you call someone a struggling trader, it's like they're just suffering, you get. I mean, it's okay to suffer, but you know. So basically for traders who are putting in their best, trying to be the best in whatever they do. Okay. So as always, and this is a ritual, I always take out time to discuss how the previous week was before I go ahead to invite, or to call forward our guest for today. Mr. Sniper, if you are on the call, please do well to leave us a waving hand. Let's just acknowledge your presence with us. And okay, so last week was a beautiful week. We experienced the inauguration of Donald J. Trump. Okay, and we saw how market reacted massively to his inauguration. I mean, he's one of the most, aside just being the president of the United States, he's a very prolific name in terms of economics. He's profound in terms of businesses and economical strategies. Okay, and then being the president of the number one country in the world. Of course, as much as not everybody would agree, but the United States of America is the number one country in the world. He stands in a power position, to change and influence the dynamics of how economics and the financial markets are going to move and run, in the course of the next 4 years. Okay, you can really see him hinting ideas of, possible third term, asking the US legislature to look into, agreeing for a president to run for a third term and things like that. So you can see how he came in his executive orders and everything kind of like, have started to shift the dynamics of how the United States would be operating. And anything the US does, well, the world is always going to get a ripple effect of it. And that's because even in the UN, they are top of the UN and they control a lot of things, in terms of tariffs, charges, and all those things, world trade systems and everything. So whatever decisions he make would significantly affect would significantly affect the country in every possible way. So so with that being said, last week was a good week. In my community we made profits. I saw Sniper killing it back to back last week with BTC trade, gold trade, and VIX 75 over the weekend. I have to give it up to him, man. It's not easy to be trading, everywhere. Trying out synthetic and all those other synthetic pairs. So today with us, we have no other person than the the biggest, the the most prolific Tony Sniper. I've known Tony for quite a while. I think I've known Tony since like way back when it was just how far. We both didn't even know that we were trading as at that time. It was just how far back then from should I I don't want to call the state we know ourselves from, but yeah, we've known ourselves for quite a while. Tony Sniper, are you on the call? Please honor
Yes,
us.
my bro, I'm on the call. Good
Yeah,
morning.
thank you very much. So today we have Tony Sniper on the call, and like always, every week we try to create a team for the week. And today, from the posters that you've seen, we are talking about analysis to execution, from analysis to execution. So I've noticed that I personally have noticed that one of the major problems that traders and new traders suffer in this industry is as a result of knowing how to transition from their analysis into a trade. Say, a lot of people know how to analyze. I mean, there are some people that when you look at their charts, they have like very beautiful charts, very clean charts. Their whole technical analysis is good. But when it comes to executing the trade and actually making profit from that trade, it becomes a problem. And that's what we are going to be dissecting and looking at today. So with this being said, I am just going to call on Tony Sniper to just give us an introduction, about himself and, just so that the whole community and everybody, can get to know you better. Sniper, please. Feel free if you want to if you'd like to grace us with your video as well. If that's fine by you, you can.
Okay, my bro. Thank you so much for the full invite. I don't know if you guys can hear me loud and clear.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yeah. We can hear you. Can hear you.
Yes, we hear you.
Yeah, bro, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this wonderful. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for this wonderful invite, Ryan. Um, Let me start by introducing myself. I've actually been Rion for I think almost 2 or 3 years. I think we first actually met at the gym. We're just discussing, and we ended up finding out that, oh wow, also, and we also like we stayed in Kaduna before we actually moved to Abuja and all that. So that was how we became close. And like Ryan is actually a very, very good person. He's actually one person in the industry that I actually respect so much because I actually feel he's actually very genuine. Too much time. Let me just give you a brief introduction about myself. So I've actually been trading for 5 years plus now. I started trading 2020 March after the coronavirus incident. Do you understand? That was when I actually decided to want to do something or find a way across IML. I came across the IML around around ending March. So I joined IML. I was part of IML March, April, May, June. Then I left IML. Then I started Tradera around September. So I did a lot of marketing. Now, the reason why I did all this affiliate marketing was because back then you need to work in order to raise capital to fund your account. Do you understand? I had knowledge when I went to IML because I actually didn't join IML for the referring scheme and all that. I actually joined IML because there was this guy I met over there, Dan. So I wanted to actually learn how to trade the way he does. Because he always posts his charts. You would see him trading US oil, gold, and all that. So that was how I actually got to know him, and I'm actually grateful that I actually came across him or we crossed paths together. So going to Tradera, I did a lot of affiliate marketing, and God helped me. I was able to raise few capital. Then I ventured into crypto. Now, mind you, all this time, I actually knew how to trade. Do you understand? All this time, I actually knew how to trade. But you don't just learn how to trade and go into the market and start trying your luck with $10 or $5. That's not the best way to trade. I promise you, it's actually going to fuck up your psychology because at the end of the day, even if you have all the knowledge or what it takes to be a very good professional trader and you just go into the market with $5, you're not only punishing yourself, but you're also giving your brain that stress of wanting to flip that amount. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, I was able to make some money from Safe Moon because back then, after I made few money from IML and Tradera, I had to go into crypto. So I bought some meme coins. Then it was actually the BSC ecosystem, that is BNB. That was what was actually trending at that time. I bought some meme coins, Safe Moon, Safe Mass, NFT Arts, Peak Token, a lot of token back then. And I also invested in Tatcoin. I don't know if most of you are actually familiar with Tatcoin. That guy is Chibeze, that man that scammed the Nigerians. I also bought Tatcoin, but fortunately, I didn't make anything from that side. Although from SafeMoon and SafeMass, I actually made decent figure. So I decided to take trading serious. So I started trading. I started with a cent account on FXCM. I started with a cent account. I was trading. Then I funded a normal account. Then I moved to Forex broker. Then I moved to XNES broker. Now, when I got to XNES broker, that was when I told myself that, okay, you've learned how to trade. You've actually gone through all this steps that prepared you for what you're actually going towards or where you're actually heading to. Now, what's next? It's time for you to sit down. It's time for you to get serious. It's time for you to be serious about trading. It's time for you to take this as something that you want to do forever. Do you understand? Now, one mistake traders make when it comes to trading is that most of you don't treat trading as a business. You just treat trading as make you just get everything you they do for house. Do you understand? Let me use that language. You just treat
Yeah.
trading as you just want to have what you're doing, not because you really want to trade or you actually want to learn how to trade. Do you understand? You just treat it as maybe you just get everything they do for house. Meanwhile, the moment you understand or the moment you tell yourself that this trading, I actually need to treat trading as a business. I need to treat trading in such a way that whenever I'm trading or whenever the month starts, I'm sure that at the end of this month, I'll end up getting paid. Imagine if you're working a 9 to 5 job. By 30, 31st, you get your salary now. Yes or no? Yeah. So why will you be trading and by the start of the month and before the end of the month, you've blown your account, looking for another money to fund again, you blow your account. That is where you need to fight that greed. Because at the end of the day, no matter the knowledge you have, no matter how much you know how to trade, if you can't control your greed, you definitely won't make money from the market. $100 per day will definitely give you up to $100 per day is definitely going to give you up to six. $100 per day is definitely going to give you up to $3,000 plus, or let's just say 2.5. Let's say you don't trade every day. Do you understand? Let's just say 2.5. You don't trade every day. Okay, let's just say 2.5. You're guaranteed to make about $2,500 per month. Do you understand? Now, this is what most individuals are not patient to wait for. You want to make that $2,000 in a day, forgetting that someone that has been in the market for over 6 years or someone that has been in the market for over 8 years will definitely be able to do that with ease. But you that you're just starting, you're still looking to find your ground, number one. You're still looking to know, you're still looking to find your edge in such a way that, okay, you can boldly tell yourself now that if you wake up today, except you hit like 2 SL, you must leave today market with $500 or $1,000. Do you understand? Now, that is what experience, that is where experience comes in. Because most individuals, you know how to trade, but there's no experience. Do you understand? You know how to trade, but there's no experience. Now, that experience I've actually gotten to the stage where sometimes I could just open my charts And the analysis I've done since on Monday, I'll just wait for it to play out and I'll just make money from the market. So at the end of the day, now without saying too much, so I'll just get into chart work or maybe answer questions that Ryan has. Treat business. Number two, make sure you found your edge before you even get a prop firm account, before you even decide to say, okay, but when you're trading on your own, make sure you have a daily risk margin, okay? Make sure you have a daily risk margin. Make sure you have low appetite. Don't risk too much. Have a risk appetite. If this week you fund your account, tell yourself this week, I don't want to lose more than $200. This week, I don't want to lose more than $500. This week, I
Yeah.
don't want to lose more than $1,000. You understand? This is what you need to tell yourself. And with all that being said, at the end of the day, trading is actually capital intensive. You actually do need money to trade. Don't allow anybody to lie you that if you quit or you have just 10 years, you are going to be successful. I'm sorry, but that's just cap. Do you understand? You need to work. You need to do. If trading was just something that if you just have the knowledge, you will make money. Immediately, I made my first P150 payment from IML, which was $150. I wouldn't continue now. I would just start trading. Then what happens if I blow that account? Can you
Hmm.
see? So I had to do IML, I had to do Tradera, I had to go into crypto, at least make little some amount so that even if at least I found $100 now, I still have $900 left. Let's say you
Yeah.
make $1,000. If you found $100, you still have $900. If that $100 blow, you found 200, you still have 700. If that 200 blow, you found another 200, you still have 500. Do you understand? That's the only way that you would go far. But if you just want to come and start with $10 or you want to be on Twitter looking for giveaway account 5K, 2K, chances of you blowing that account is very, very high. Except if you've been in the process, you've had that experience, you've gone through the ups and downs. That is when you need just one account or something to just be a breakthrough for you. And from on there, you'll see your life
Thank
start transforming.
thank you very, very
So
much,
thank
Tony
you
Sniper.
for having
Yeah. So I like how Sniper went ahead to, even after introducing himself, give you guys like a brief intro on how he was able to navigate his way in the Forex market. Like I always tell people, there's a general mentality that comes with the foreign exchange market as you can come in, just know one or two things and then start trading. One thing I'm going to tell you is anybody you see out there who can beat their chest and say, "Oh, I know what I'm doing," has had a series of experiences that they've had to go through, and now they're basically trading based off their experiences. Now, another thing you also need to keep in mind while you're on this call, just like a stray advice for everyone is, aside trading, view money properly, have a good understanding about money. Because remember, it's the financial markets for a reason. So try to do as much research, as much study as you can about finances, and everything financial markets. It kinds of develop your mindset into being a better trader. You would now understand that trading is not a game. You're here for the money. Because you see a lot of people making, you don't have like $100 on you. You're making $20 and you know very much well that nothing is going to give you $20 today, and you don't want to take money off the market. Instead, you're looking at the money and you're like, okay, maybe let me just get to $40, let me get to $60. That's the mind of a very unethical gambler. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all gambling ethically. You get what I mean? So the reason why it's ethical is you need to do a few things. You need to do 1 + 1 + 2 to get to 3 and get to 4. But if you're just going to keep behaving, recklessly, you're not going to make any money actually from this market. Yet. So on going further on today's episode, I have a few questions always that I ask my guests just to, help us expose our topic of discourse as always. Okay. And the first question I have Tony, that I want us to discuss about, like I actually want us to talk about it is one thing I have noticed many traders struggle to actually transition from analysis into execution. What do you think is the problem? What do you think is the problem? What do you think affects them?
Okay, my bro, if I get you correctly, what you actually asked me was that many traders do suffer from analysis and execution in the sense of they end up analyzing, but they don't take that trade.
Yeah,
Correct? Okay. I would actually give you one of the simplest or most, or actually a very relatable way to actually handle such situation. Now, the reason why you see most traders analyzing the markets and to enter that trade is actually a problem. They'll end up saying, no, let me plan. The trade ends up playing out number two. The trade ends up playing out number three. At the end of the day, you notice the only thing they have to show for that trade which they missed was
yeah,
that they actually analyzed it on TradingView. That's all. That's the only thing they have to show for it. No money was made, but they'll show you their TradingView screenshots. I told you to do like this, and I told you to do like that. By the end of the day, if you're not making money from that, I told you, I did not tell you, blah, 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 blah. You're actually just wasting your time because at the end of the day, you want to be sure that whatever decision you're making is also reflecting on your trading account balance. Now, let me give you one way to actually fix such issue because the reason why most people, guys,
yeah.
please join Ryan's Telegram. He just uploaded it on the chat. Check the chat, you'll see his Telegram link. Do well to join his Telegram. Thank you. Okay, let me continue.
Yeah, I can hear you, Sniper. Thank you very much.
Now, the reason we're suffering from, I actually call it analysis paralysis. Because
Okay.
at the end of the day, you only analyze, but you don't take a trade. Now, the reason why most people suffer from that is because, one, most of them are still fighting with psychology. Number two, most of them normally do risks more than what their risk appetite is supposed to take. Now, when you're suffering from this word I've mentioned, one, the psychology aspect is that you've taken so many loss that you're now scared of even taking an A plus setup that would maybe make you recover the money that you've lost. Let's say, for example, now today is Monday, the week just started, and the first two trades you enter today hit SL.
Yeah.
Now, the next analysis, I don't know how many trades you guys take in a day, but most times I take just one or two trades in a day. Let's say for discipline, and you take just one, two, three, four, or five. I don't know, it depends on you. Then your first two trade on Monday morning, the market is just opening. Your first two trade hits SL. You know what that will do to your psychology? If you've not found your edge, what do I mean by edge? You don't have some certain things that work out for you when it comes to trading. You don't have some certain patterns that you can beat your chest and say, if these patterns appear 5 times, I would win 3. You don't have a certain strategy or a certain way to trade. If you miss or hit SL that first two trade, chances of you having analysis paralysis the rest of that week is actually almost 100% because when you actually analyze on TradingView again, or you analyze on MT5, whatever platform you're using, and boom, you notice that, okay, this market is approaching your POI, that is your point of interest. This market is approaching a point where you want to buy or you want to sell. You've drawn you've done your analysis on TradingView. Now, when the market is that level that very, very slim. Reason is because your psychology is already fucked up from losing two trades in a row. And not just from losing two trades in a row, that is where the risk appetite comes in. Losing two trades in a row with huge amounts that has an effect on your trading account balance. Meaning you're someone that normally uses 0.1, 0.2, 0.05, but because of you see everybody shouting on social media, pump that lot size, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. And you ended up saying, okay, you've actually found something that works. The week is just starting. you should use a big lot size. And your first two trade on Monday, you use one lot, and you lose like almost 50% of your account. You'll be
Yeah.
very scared of actually taking the next one is that, and like that actually always going through such issue. Currently now he's a very good trader. He's also from Kaduna. His name is Kabir. He's a very good trader at the moment. Now that guy back then, after he was done and told everything, he would analyze on trading view, but he would never take that trade. He will come back and show me, boss, see, this trade has hit TP. Boss, see, this trade has hit TP. That was when I had to explain to him risk appetite. My risk appetite will be different from yours. The amount I'm ready to lose this week, the amount I'm ready to lose in a single day will be different from yours. So don't use a lot size because you see your mentor using that lot size. All of a sudden, you want to pump big. Always make sure your first two trades or your first five trade by the start of every new week from a Monday to Tuesday, you use a good lot size. You use a lot size that you're comfortable with losing. If the trade ends up hitting your SL, you won't really feel it because you've made up your mind that, okay, this trade, I want to lose $200. This trade, I want to lose $100. So if the trade ends up hitting your SL, no problem. Do you
So
understand? That is what you need to handle first. And with that, I'm sure you'll be able to fix your analysis
okay. Okay.
paralysis.
So Sniper, yeah. So
Yeah.
one thing, yeah, from what I picked that you said now is one of the major reasons, yeah, that why traders actually struggle to basically to convert their analysis into well executed trades is because they suffer from something called analysis paralysis. And one of the
Yes.
major causes of that analysis paralysis is their risk management.
Yes.
So if I'm to pick from what you said, yeah, and let me try and see if I can further break it down a little bit for them is you see that thing where you have an analysis. I think that thing where traders have an analysis, and then because they feel like they've studied the charts before, or I can see a heads and shoulder pattern, so I'm very sure that this analysis is right. Then they then decide to go into the market, and then they now use a high lot size. So that attitude alone is can be can we can record that as one of the reasons why they suffer from that analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So for me, on my own side, yeah, Sniper, there's also something I have noticed.
Yeah.
And what I personally have noticed is sometimes it's not that they don't have good analysis. It's not that they don't want to execute. Another problem I think that they suffer in terms of execution is they they tend to take too much input from a lot of places. They are there are people on this call now that they are in over like 11 to 15 Telegram channels. So now they are trying to take input and sentiment from different places at the same time. And I feel like when you do that whole thing where you're in this channel is saying they want GBP USD to buy, Sniper is saying GBP USD sell, Rion is saying GBP USD is in a range, he's not going to trade. This person is saying GBP USD is going to go 10 pips, and you take all of this insights and inputs together. I find out that most traders then have a good analysis but then struggle to execute because of um what should I call it, how much sentiment they've gotten from different places. They now get to a position where they are sat, and then now they are scared to trade because they know obviously Sniper is a good trader, Rion is a good trader, this person is a good trader, and all of these things together clouds their judgment, and now they can't execute any longer. I don't know if you've noticed that too as well.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually noticed that, Ryan. There was a post I made this year, early January. If you go on my Twitter, you search some of my first posts I made around 1st, 2nd January. I
Yeah.
actually made a post saying, every single aspiring or struggling trader or traders that actually want to be part of a community, if you're part of any community this year that doesn't host Zoom call or you don't host live section once in a while, please leave that Telegram. If you're just in a Telegram where they just send
Honestly,
signal, you would never know when you're right. You'll never know when you're wrong. Because this
never.
other Telegram, for example, let's say you're part of Rion's Telegram now. If Rion is telling you to sell gold, he would send a video, or maybe you guys have had a Zoom call before that. So you guys are just waiting for the market to come to
That
the
is it right there.
position where you want to sell or buy. Do you understand? But all these other signal channels, they just tell you to sell gold. The next thing you see 10 lots. You now, you think, okay, because of you had this video with Rion, but this person is using 10 lots. Let me go with this person. It shows that maybe this person is sure of his trade. And you end up following that person and losing your account, not knowing this person is actually using a demo account, but you're using your live account. So that is also one key problem that traders need to also work with or work to fix.
Thank you very much. You see that insight you just said. If you know you are in any community, like the whole essence T and chat, okay, is so that every week we try to give an insight, a breakdown in my community. That was what it was. You know, I noticed everybody liked doing the Sunday analysis, and then I noticed something with Sunday analysis sometimes is a lot of people tend to have impatience, and that's also one of the things we're talking about. And that's what Sniper was talking about earlier on. They tend to have impatience. You have an analysis, and because you feel like you're social about the analysis, what you then do Monday morning is you jump into the market with a high lot size. Like you hear some people saying, "Oh, weekend is boring. Can't wait for the new week." Person when they talk say, "No, if you wait for new week, Massa don't blow account before London session because you're running into the market by Asian session already." You get. So I was like, you know what? Let's have this analysis session Monday morning when the market is more stable. Whatever Asian session wanted to do, whatever jumps the market might have made over the week, we can properly view them in sight. Again, that's the essence to why T and chat is present. Another thing I want to add quickly is one of the things that you can also do, you know, we've spoken about the problems here. One solution I want to give, one solution I want to give is if you're suffering from moving from analysis into execution, the one thing that you want to do is always trade your analysis. I don't care if you think if it's wrong or it's right. The truth about it is the only way you are going to gain confidence is by doing the things that scares you the most. You see, courage doesn't come from a place of I could have done it. Courage comes from I did it. Courage comes from I am going to do it. So whenever you have an analysis, whether another person is telling you it's not going to play out that way, don't listen. I'm not saying don't take, look into their insight, but I'm saying learn to do what you have planned to do. It is the only way you learn to be truly disciplined. So if you have an analysis on gold and you said gold is going to sell, you should have seen reasons as to why you believe your gold is going to sell. Now, mind you, 10 people cannot have the same insight into the market. You get, it's the same reason why you have SMC, ICT, price action, wherever. All of them are trading the same thing. It's basically the same thing. It's just different perspective and perceptions of the market. So when you have an analysis, trade your analysis. Trade it. If you hit stop loss, okay? If you hit stop loss, take it upon yourself and say, yes, I hit stop loss. Okay, I hit stop loss. This was what happened. This was the reason. Go back, journal your trade. What happened? What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Go back tomorrow again, trade your analysis. That is how you get better as a trader. The last thing I want to say is fail fast. I've been saying this thing since last year. Fail fast. It's only through failure you get better, because you never would have known the right answer if you were not corrected. You needed to fail to get a correction. So fail fast. So instead of trying to validate your analysis with a bunch of other people's analysis just so that you can tell yourself, okay, I'm right. No,
it's okay to be wrong, and then you find the solution after you fail, and then you correct it. So fail fast. So thank you so much, Sniper, for that insight. And if you're enjoying the meeting so far, if this is your first time here and you're enjoying the meeting so far, please leave some reactions in the chat section. Let's know that you're following. Okay. Sniper, I also have another question. Yeah, for you personally, this question is a personal question. You know, how do you manage, to stay disciplined in a changing market condition, regardless of your analysis? Like sometimes you can have an analysis that is correct, but then market conditions can just come and shake it. Like, all these macroeconomic releases. Sometimes we're all trend, like me and you. I know we are swing traders. So we use a lot of macroeconomics. Someone like you use macroeconomics, you use bank orders, you use CTO, certificate of trade orders, to trade and all those things. How do you manage to balance your discipline during that period when market is changing? Because sometimes it's not like your analysis is wrong. It's just that quick market impact, and then something happens. How do you manage to stay disciplined and then not react, but rather respond? Can you help us expose it?
Okay, thank you so much, my bro, for that wonderful question. I just want to be sure that every single listeners on here, I think we have over 100 listeners. I think we've even exceeded capacity. If this Zoom
Yeah.
call could take over 200 or 300 members, this call will be filled up by now. But now, I'm sure this call is being recorded for the sake of people that did not join.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely. They will definitely have it on my YouTube.
okay, my bro. Okay, my bro. Okay, so one thing I want you guys to understand is that at the end of the day, it all boils down to experience and the risk appetite. I've mentioned it before. Now, let me explain this in terms using myself as a case study. Now, how I actually do handle such situation is that I've gotten to a stage where that's why I talk about that experience. And Rion talked about failing fast. Because when you fail fast, you've gone through the ups and down, ups and down, ups and down. You will get to a stage in this Forex trading where if you lose a trade or your trade hits SL, it won't be because you don't know how to trade, but it will be because you entered too early.
Mm.
Do you understand? Now, this is the experience I've actually been talking about. That is where experience comes in. You can never compare someone that has been trading for over 5 years and someone that just started trading a year ago. No matter how good that person is that just started trading a year ago. Now, that person might have a win rate more than that individual that has been trading for more than 5 years. But so long as that individual has also been putting in the work, he has been showing up every single day for that 5 years, there are things in this market that he would see that person that just started trading a year ago might just take it as this thing just hit my SL, I'm wrong. He would
Yeah.
know that, okay, the reason why this trade hit my SL was actually because I entered too early. So using myself as a case study, whenever I open a trade, all my Telegram members, I think some of them are on this call, they can buy that now. And we just, instead of waiting for gold to get to our life, okay, we didn't want to miss out this trade or FOMO and all that. And you ended up just pumping lot size, you will get stopped out. Then when the market gets to your point of interest, you see the market selling. So all this thing boils down to you knowing fully well that, okay, I only want to sell gold 2,900 for, and gold is at 2,895. Now, if you can't wait for gold to get to that 2,900 where you initially want to sell from, any other level that you're 7,895, 96, 97, make sure you're using a lot size which you're comfortable with how much you would lose in that trade. Let's say, for example, now you use a lot or use just $500, $60, knowing fully well that's not where you want to, but at the same time, you won't really feel it because at the end of the day, you knew this trade was not at your point of interest, but because of lack of patience, everybody struggle with patience. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because of lack of patience, you actually just want to enter that. So when the trade ends up hitting my SL, just will make it back to school, and I'll end up making that money back. Like this past, I think 4 days back, I called a VIX sell in my Telegram channel. Now that VIX has been selling from that day till today. Every single person that got in that trade has actually been in profit. Now that trade could have hit, but if that trade could have hit SL, the reason why it won't affect my psychology would have been because if you go inside my Telegram channel, you would see where I funded my account. I actually told them, okay, I just funded $300. I'll be reaching 100%. How much do you think I can make with this money? Then before going live, explaining to them, then boom, we started selling the trade and everything. Do you understand? Now, if I had lost this 300 for this market to break below here, if you want to pump, because chances of this trade getting to this point here and just buying from this side, maybe break above this resistance or supply zone high. So don't over risk. If you want to join me to pump lot size, wait for this market to go below this. And that's what exactly happened. And immediately the market got below this point, boom, that 300 was at 1,200. Before you know, boom, that 300 was already at the point where I'm sure that, okay, these individuals can actually start pumping lot size. And immediately I opened position, I still went back to my Telegram channel. So that I just, you understand? So at the end of the day, just make sure you have a risk appetite. Make sure you know how much you want to lose every particular trade. I've actually made peace with. So even if I end up losing, I just go back to the chart to say, oh, I lost this trade because I wasn't aware there was a fundamental news coming up, or I lost this trade because I entered too early, or I lost this trade because maybe Donald Trump made a tweet.
Yeah.
When you've actually made peace with all that, I'm sure you're definitely going to navigate all around this market properly. Yeah, so I'm done, Ryan.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Tony, for that. When you were talking there, I could see my past self in some of those things, like some of those mistakes that people make, and then I can see, even myself in that new nature. There's this thing that happens when you gain experience as a trader. Everything just exponentially changes. Personally, for me, the one way I stay disciplined when it comes to trade is in trading, and regardless to market conditions and everything, like I would say, is knowledge, 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 knowledge. You have to have knowledge. See, don't don't underrate yourself. Don't don't talk low about yourself. Don't talk little about yourself, when it comes to your ability to study. Always study. You can't ever know too much. You can't ever know too much. There was a time me and Sniper used to exchange books. Like, Sniper, I just read this book now. You see, you see, you see as this book
you see as this book they go, I learned this thing from this book. And Tony will send me a book that, oh my bro, I just read this book. This now, this one. You get like I will see Tony reading some book, and I'm like, bro, send me. Never underestimate, never underestimate your ability to study. Never underestimate your ability to study. You get and gain more knowledge so that you can gain mastery. Because one thing that knowledge helps you do is it helps you calm the storm when you're trading. You can take a trade and something just happens. Some people will panic. But when you have an in-depth understanding of what is happening, when you have an in-depth understanding of what is happening, you can sit back and smile and say, okay, this is probably what's happening. You can just quickly go online and check world news. And then you just know that, oh, this is what's happening. Now you can make the conscious effort to make a decision. So now you can tell yourself what is happening can affect me in a wrong way. Now you've kept yourself in a mind of calm and peace, and you can then decide and say, okay, this is not good for me. This is good for me. I'll make do with this and let me just leave the market. Okay, it's time for me to take my risk. Okay, I can still hold this trade and all of those things. So always stay knowledgeable. Always stay knowledgeable, please. Okay. Tony, last, but but not the least, because I feel like during that process we still have some few questions. The last thing I want you to do for us is, okay, is first, there are two questions, but you can merge them together, okay? So is, how do you refine your trading analysis into a clear and actionable plan before entering a trade? Because I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people as well don't have in terms of execution. They might have analysis, but they don't know how to, refine their trading analysis to specifically make it clear to themselves. You see, like when you host your Zoom calls and I host my Zoom calls for my community, I'm giving them reasons as to why I want to take my trade, why I believe this is the best place to take my trade. This meets this criteria. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do that, So how do you refine your own trading analysis and put it into a clear, actionable plan? And then before entering a trade, and then can you give us like a chart walkthrough of where your execution aligns properly with your analysis, maybe from a previous trade, or you can even use like a present trade from today. So just give us like a chart walkthrough. So while you're doing your chart walkthrough, you can then help us explain, how you prepare your analysis and refine it, and what are the things you do before you enter a trade.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Ryan. I think it's time for me to just share my screen. I just want to be sure, can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Please let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. Yes, I see your screen.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay. Just like what Ryan has actually said, my style of trading is actually very simple. Do you understand? I love to keep my chart patterns or my chart itself very simple, in the sense that I don't want to complicate things. Now, there are so many words: FVG, VVG, ZZG, SMC, ICT. I'm actually not saying they don't work. Do you understand? They actually do work for people that know how to use them. But I've actually learned to just keep my chart very simple and just trade purely supply and demand. Now I classify my supply and demand into two: major and minor supply and demand, then point of interest. That's all. Do you understand? Now take this example. Now this is the DXY chart. This is the dollar charts. Let me take this off so it will look a bit professional, because sometimes rough work on my charts. Do you understand? Now last week, dollar was actually above 109, and because I normally do drop daily outlook on my Telegram channel every single day. I always do tell them this is what I expect from the markets. Now, I already told them that at this point here, dollar just hit a significant zone. You can see 110. Forget the 0.227 and all that. It just hits a significant zone, which is an even number. And if you actually decide to go to the weekly time frame to open it clearly, you would notice that, okay, this market actually just broke out from a minor supply zone, because you would always pass your minor supply zone before you get to your major supply zone here. This is where the major supply zone is located. Do you understand? This is where the major demand zone is located. Now, in the middle of that major and minor supply and demand zone, you can still find minor demand zones and minor supply zone. This is your minor demand zone. This is your minor supply zone. This is your major supply zone. This is your major demand zone. Now, what does that mean? At your major supply and major demand zone, that is where you want to buy the market. Immediately the market gets to that zone, you want to buy the market or sell the market. But at your minor supply and minor demand zone, you want to wait for confirmation before you buy or sell that market. So I already told my Telegram members that, okay, immediately this market break out this point, see this market break out this point, we would want to see that market push a bit, probably find a significant even number. Then we want to see a retracement back to this minor supply zone that would now turn to a support zone. Do you understand? Minor supply zone here. This is a minor supply zone. But immediately the market break out from it, you can just refer to it as a resistance zone. The market is coming back to turn that resistance into what? A support. But before that market would come back, remember, this market break out from an odd number, 107. So you want to see this market find an even number. Where is the next even number? You can't say 108 because 108 is too close. The market just broke out. The next even number you should be looking for is 110, because 112 is located where? At the major supply zone. So you just want to wait for this market to find an even number, which is 110. Then the market will dip back. Then you look for more buying opportunity back to the major supply zone. Do you understand? So immediately the market got to that point here. Immediately the market got to the 110 zone. That was when I told my Telegram members that we would see. If you notice, when I opened my chart, there was a rough walk there when I was explaining to them. I would like to see these markets come back to the next.
Hello?
I would like to see these markets come back to the next zone or the next point of interest. And that point of interest should be what? An even number, which is 106. Now, the market is actually approaching that level here. And when the market approaches that level, I expect a fundamental news to come out, or Donald Trump to say something regarding the US dollar, and it will just resume its uptrend. And we'll see dollar head to where? The next significant major supply zone. Now, the reason why I actually just this trade, I'll be explaining gold today in-depthly. So I wanted to just explain this dollar for you guys. You can't trade gold if you don't understand dollar. Now, let me move to the gold charts. I've actually explained the dollar charts, what we are expecting. We want to see this market come back to this level here. You can't go and buy dollar now. So we just want to analyze dollar so that we can use it to trade gold. Then now I get to my gold chart. Now, when you go on my gold chart, we've actually had 6/6 trade since the year started on gold. This was our first entry here. When the market broke out here, I told my Telegram members to wait for this market to retrace back to this level, because what? A minor demand zone is formed here. Now, when the market gets to that level, I told them to just open a buy here. Then your SL should be below this week here. Anything that market break below here, then of course, you know, market has resumed a sell trend. Do you understand? That is a downtrend. But immediately the market got to that point, it was activated, and the market started pushing to the upside. Then I actually still told them that, okay, if you missed this opportunity here, and you're looking to enter this trade, wait for this market to approach this minor supply zone. Immediately the market approaches this level, we'll see a dump. You can still enter at this level here. And what happened? The market dumped here, started pushing to the upside again. You understand? Started pushing to the upside. Then I made them understand that, okay, immediately this market is approaching this level again. This is the last minor supply zone before the market will go to a major supply zone, which if we go to our weekly time frame, you can actually see it here. At this point again, you will still see the same thing. This market will still retrace back. Immediately get to that minor supply zone, it will still retrace back. But now retracing back, you want to be sure that this market retraces back to an even number. That is where you want to enter. That is where you want to pull your buy limit. Do you understand? That is where you want to put your buy limit at an even number. And what happened? The market did the same thing. And fast forward to today, okay? Now this market is currently at a major zone. At this point is crashing, thereby giving gold the full confirmation to just regain its strength. So we want to see dollar, which is the DXY. We want to see DXY find a support level here or at this previous supply zone to hold the demand, to hold the dollar at this point here, so that we can actually dump gold a bit before continue buying to the upside. Now, there are so many factors that actually drives gold to push to the upside. Now, some factors are global disagreements. Some factors are, let's say, war going on between two powerful countries. Like, for example, now the Russia and Ukraine war has actually been what has been driving gold to the upside. Russia and Ukraine war, the Middle East war. Do you understand? Catalyst that has actually been pushing gold to the upside because all those billionaires over there are converting their currencies, they are converting their money to gold. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand is that gold is a safe haven currency. Gold is seen as a security. Investors will choose gold every single day over BTC. BTC is a security for the youths and maybe some of these billionaires that are starting to come in now, like the BlackRock, MicroStrategies, and all that. But real investors, real billionaires, like Warren Buffett. You say what? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Tony. That was probably
Okay.
someone just unmuted his mic. Don't worry, go on.
Okay. So top billionaires like Warren Buffett and the rest, they would still pick gold and silver every single day over BTC. Why? Because they feel BTC is too volatile. BTC today, you can put ₦1 million. And if BTC dumps from 99K now to 50K, that ₦1 million will turn to almost 200,000. But on gold, if you put ₦1 million, before gold will be maybe 20 years. Do you understand? It doesn't have that much volatility when it comes to BTC in terms of more money, losing more money if you are always buying gold. That's why you see most of all these women to the upside. So now this week started with gold at this point, right? We only want to buy gold if gold comes back to this level. Do you understand? This is the only level we want to buy gold because why? Number one, this level was the previous supply zone, which is now a support zone if gold decides to come back here. Number two, it aligned properly with an even number, which is 2714. Get the point. You want to wait for gold to come to this level here. Make sure your SL is a little bit below here, okay? You want to wait for gold to come back to this level here. If gold happens to break above here, that's not your business. You need to be okay with allowing the trade pass you or allowing the move. That is when you want to look for a buy. But without this, you are only buying when the market gets to this point. You're not even focused about whatever is happening. If the market chooses to start spiking to the upside from here, you don't care. You will only buy when the market comes back to this level, or if the market breaks above here, then comes back to test this level again. That is the true level where you want to buy. Now, that is where patience comes in, because it's actually not easy for you to be waiting for the market to come to your point of interest. Do you understand? Most of you just run and go and pump. That is why we have two types of traders, aggressive traders and conservative traders. But most aggressive traders have capital. Most aggressive traders are actually big when it comes to because at the end of the day, even if they lose that, even if you're not a swing trader, is to just have that patience. If you can, not you chasing the market, chances of you making money from this market will skyrocket from 50% to over 90%. Most of you know how to trade like mad. Most of you don't actually make money from this market is because you don't wait. You don't want to wait for the market to you. Do you understand? You are always chasing the market. You are always following the market and you end up losing. So please and please, if you're someone that trades gold, you want to wait for this market to come back to this significant level, then you buy. That is the only place where I would buy. Then I've already agreed with myself that if this market goes below here, I'll end up losing the trade. Do you understand? And I'm sure that if this market goes below here, then I'll be looking for a sell to continue selling that market. When the market that will end up just entering trade blindly or recovery setup to look out for. Do you understand? Yeah, so thank you for that. Yeah, I'm done, Ryan.
Yeah. Sniper, I'm here. You know me, I would always tell people I'm a student of the market. I always want to learn from anybody at any point in time, as long as that person is giving me value and is being genuine. I'm glad Sniper, that times are changing. People are starting to understand that this Forex thing is not about now, me and you we used to say it. It's not about we show you 50 million weight dollar, on the internet. Is tell this person to on laptop and show you. Do you get what we're saying? And gradually hands have turned. And now people are looking for truth, people are looking for integrity, people are looking for knowledge. And that's where likes of me and Sniper will come in. Nobody is coming to give fake nonsense here. If we're showing you that this is how we're doing it, this is how we're doing it. We can defend it anywhere, any day, anytime. You get us. So I like how Sniper has broken it down, and everything. Although personally, for me, I have my own analysis, which I would have loved to share. But as always, we want to keep these calls under the time frame of an hour, 20 minutes tops and max. Okay. So I want to use this last part of the call just to kind of search for questions. If anybody have a question they want to ask me personally, okay, just create in the chat section quickly. Let's use the remaining 5 minutes to just go through questions. I'm leaving a link to my channel as well in the chat section if you want to join my channel, and so you don't miss out on tea and chat every week, because we're always going to bring new people. I'm always going to be talking chats. If you're gaining value from this call so far, and you don't want to miss out, join. I'm also a swing trader like Tony and everything. So you could join for the free classes and everything. So questions. It's time for questions. If you have a question, please just leave it in the chat section. If you have a question for me, let's tackle it real quick towards the end of the call. Sniper, I really want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for everything you do for your community and for the community as a whole in general, and how you manage to always show up and turn up. I mean, it's not easy, even for me personally, always having to to turn up, host classes, do videos, teach. Sometimes we always need that time for ourselves. We keep doing our best to, to be as productive as we can for the sake of others. And may God continue to bless you.
Okay, so any questions? Okay, so someone is asking, he's saying, Sir Tony, do you have any video on supply and demand, and do you consider the concept of liquidity with supply and demand? Okay, so for Tony's supply and demand video, you'll have to buy his course. Trade like Tony Snip3r, you have to buy his course. He has that video on supply and demand inside there, so you can reach out to him personally in his community. You can reach out to him for that trade like Tony Snip3r course. Okay. Concept of liquidity. Yes, you should place liquidity together. Okay, you should place liquidity with supply and demand. It would help you. Liquidity basically is the driving force of the market. Everything you see in the market is driven off liquidity. Without liquidity is basically money. If there's no money in the market, there's no need for the market to be operating. Okay, so your supply and demand is being drawn by liquidity. So the reason why prices will move from a supply to a demand is liquidity. The reason why prices will move from a demand to a supply is liquidity. So between your demand and your supply, what is inside there is liquidity all through. Okay, someone is asking if they can get a signal for today. So basically, my trades for today would be Euro USD, USD card. I'm looking for USD card sells and Euro USD buys as well. So my analysis is in my Telegram channel. My analysis is in my Telegram channel right now. You can go and take a look for yourself. I would be calling out entries just before New York session because I still want the market to kind of resurface and confirm that it wants to move in that direction. Like Tony outrightly said as well, the problem with a lot of people is we do not like to wait. Sometimes all you have to do is see these two hands, carry it, put it under your bum and sit on it. Legit actually sit on your hands and wait. What is your take on just taking signals? To be honest, just taking signals is kind of a 50-50 thing for me, Jojo. One thing you want to do is find a signal provider who is able to explain his signal and the cost why he's taking the signal, because anybody can copy signal from any free channel and come and sell to you. And you're just placing trades and you're losing your money. But someone who is describing and analyzing why he's taking a trade tells you he knows what he's doing. And even if he takes a loss, you're sure and you're certain that this person knows what he's doing and he's going to find a way to come back. I mean, there have been times where I've gone on a losing streak. I've lost 1, 2, 3 trades. I probably didn't even take any win in a week. And one thing I do is when I lose 1, 2, 3, I just stay off completely. I don't even go back to try and call it trade. No. So it's all about experience and your expertise as a person. So taking signals is good, but take signals from someone who knows exactly what they are doing. Someone says, when it comes to analyzing and executing, is it best to have capital first, or you can see demo? I always tell people, demo. In fact, if you don't have enough capital, demo, please always demo. Learn your analysis, demo trade your analysis if possible. See its success rate on your demo account. Find a small trading account, understand your risk management on that small account, and execute your analysis and watch how your account consistency curve goes. If your account consistency goes like from down and starts climbing up, you know that there's progress. If it goes from up, comes down, it's all about your consistency curve as a trader. You're not going to win every trade. You're not going to win every trade, and you're not going to lose every trade. But the ability for you to edge your winning trades over your losing trades is what makes you a better trader. Okay. Someone says, when it comes to analyzing and executing, okay, like I just answered that. Someone said USD card, the range, nothing did here for now. Like I said, perception is all about how you view the market. I view the market in a different way, and I use a lot of sentiment to trade. I combine macroeconomics fundamentals as well as technical analysis. So you probably might not see what I'm saying, but you're looking at a smaller picture. The range you're looking at is a range on the daily that looks kind of like a flat. But if you plot your channel or if you plot your trend line just from October last year, September, October last year, all the way back to this year, you would clearly see that there's been a break of the bullish channel, and prices has faked the range above there and has broken structure on your 4-hourly time frame to the downside. Go back and do the analysis and come back. Please join my channel if you're not on my channel. Find a way to DM me and come back when you see it. Okay. So any other question, guys? Any other question, guys? I just left the link again. For you that asked about USD card. Okay, someone is spamming my chat section. I don't know who that person is. Take note, guys. I don't know who that person is. Okay, if we have no more questions, Tony, please, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm with you, my bro.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. I want to say a very big thank you for creating the time to actually come online and come and join TN Chats. This is your first time on TN Chats, and we really appreciate it. My community and your community together really want to say a big thank you for sparing out this time. I mean, it's Monday morning. Probably both might have maybe missed a trade or something, and we've taken our time to actually spend time with these wonderful people. Each and every one of you are wonderful people and amazing people. And today, if there's anything I wish the most and I pray the most for all of you, is that you encounter your own time of, via experience, and your own time of profitability is going to come for you very soon. Just keep striving, don't give up. But in all you're showing up, please make sure you show up in the most proper way. Make sure you're doing the right things and you're paying attention to, the right details so that you can grow better. Thank you so much, Tony, for making our time again. Thank you so much for sharing insight. I mean, these are things that some people would have to pay, $1,500 for mentorship, or pay somebody $3,000 and then they'll add them into one group and be sending them videos. But here we are, we're doing our best every day to actually carry it out live for them. So thank you guys for joining as well. I mean, you're here to learn, but it was also important that you join. It is your constant, interaction with what we do that gives us the ginger to keep doing better. Okay, so just before we go, someone asked, how do you differentiate between reversal and a retest? Okay, so this is how I'll tell you. I'll make it very simple for you. Find reversals at extreme supply and demand areas. Find retest at basic supports and resistance. You can see what Tony drew on his charts. Okay, you can see basic retest as, see those little trending that are going up. Okay, that is where you find your retest for. You find reversals at high demands, places like your 1 week demand or supply, or daily demand and supply. That's where you find reversals. And if you want to spot a good reversal, markets would usually shift a higher time frame structure. So if the structure was, let's say, if the structure was like, if the structure on the 4-hourly was bullish, and you find that when prices get to that weekly demand or daily demand, prices shift the structure, meaning that prices decided to sell and break a previous higher low, and then goes back and couldn't break the last higher high. At that point in time, the structure has shifted to a bearish structure. So that's basically how you can spot a reversal from a retest. A retest is a break in the direction of the structure. So prices goes up, breaks and retest and goes back up. But a reversal, prices shift the structure. It doesn't retest, it shifts the structure. Okay, thank you very much, Abide Babalola. So will you call? Yeah, I will call you as the card in the group. I will definitely call you as the card in the group. Please, how can I overcome fear to enter my setup? The only way to overcome fear is to do it. Okay? The only way to overcome fear. When people always talk about overcoming fear, the only way to overcome fear is to do that thing that scares you the most. They say the best time to jump is when you are scared the most. Okay, that's the best time to jump. So that time that you're actually scared of doing that thing, do it. That's how you overcome fear. Because if it doesn't kill you, your mind records it that I didn't die from it. So what's there? I'll do it again. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, we don't want to exceed the time limit of 1 hour 20 minutes. I really, really appreciate your indulgence and interaction in this call today. You guys are wonderful. I have to give it up to people from the Snipers community and people from my community. You guys are wonderful. I'll see you guys next week, Monday, or during the midweek session on my Telegram channel. For those of you that joined from Tony Snip3r's community, thank you so much. And Tony Snip3r, keep being that badass, market beast that you are. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys next week, Monday, same time, same place, new guest. I love you guys.
Thank you so much, Rion. And do have a
God bless you,
wonderful day.
Snip3r.